Are you tired of low scores in the IELTS? Today I'm going to be giving you a step-by-step guide on how you can improve your scores in the IELTS exam. So some common mistakes that candidates exhibit during the IELTS exam in the different components. So we are going to be looking at the mistakes component by component. So starting with the speaking component. In speaking, the first mistakes that most candidates do is overthinking. So this is a situation where students take a long time before they start answering the questions that they have been asked. So how can we solve this problem of overthinking? It is through practice. Practice makes perfect. So practice a lot. Practice answering different speaking questions on different topics so that you are able to be fluent and spontaneous. So another issue that we have is long pauses. This is where students take very long pauses before they continue speaking. So how can we improve on this? Any candidate can improve and avoid long pauses, which make the examiner think that either you are not good in English or you cannot come up with ideas. So to solve this problem of long pauses, you can use things we call fillers. So fillers are words like well or you see, so that as you think of what to say next. So it buys you time as you come up with an idea. So for instance, if I was speaking, I will say, you see, growing up, then I come up with an idea. So I will have used the filler, you see, to avoid the long pause. So, and the last issue we have is when candidates ask the examiner to keep on repeating the questions. So there are situations where candidates in the speaking test keep on asking the examiner to repeat the question unnecessarily. This is an issue and you should avoid it. With a lot of practice, you will be able to improve your listening skills and hence you will be able to do the exam without asking the examiner to keep on repeating. Some common time-wasting habits that IELTS candidates exhibit when it comes to the reading test include fixating on one question. This is whereby a candidate spends so much time on a single question that they are not able to get the answer. So they tend to waste so much time trying to figure out the answer for that question. Instead, they're supposed to skip that question and continue with the rest. And if time allows, they go back to the difficult question. So that's a common time-wasting habit. The other one is when the candidates read the whole passage without looking at the exam questions. So for the reading test, you have 60 minutes to answer 40 questions. So if you go reading the whole entire passage before you even look at the questions, that is a time-wasting habit because you cannot even comprehend and cram everything. So you are supposed to skim the passage, then go back to the questions, and then I'll go back to reading the passage slowly and clearly for understanding so that you are able to trace the answers. And the last challenge or time-wasting habit that we have when it comes to the reading test is not practicing under timed conditions. So no matter how much practice you do, if you do not practice under a timed condition, you will not have the exam feel. So it is always important to practice under timed condition, which is 40 questions for 60 minutes, so that you are able to improve and work on your speed. Some common time-wasting habits that IELTS candidate exhibits when it comes to IELTS writing include over-planning. So I keep on insisting that planning is very important, but also one should not over-plan. You should take approximately 5 minutes to plan for the task 1 and 10 minutes to plan for task 2. So when you take a lot of time to plan, that is when you over-plan, you are left with little time to write and even review your work. So that is the first bad habit. The second one, the second issue we have is when students overwrite. That is, they write too much. So I would encourage students or candidates to stick to the word count. That is 150 words for writing task 1 and 250 words for writing task 2. Focus on the quality of what you write or on the quality of your essay rather than on the quantity. Anything between 150 to 170 words is okay. Anything between 250 to 270 words is okay in writing task 2. So focus on quality versus the quantity. The issue is when you write too much, there are chances that there are so many errors, and also you might be caught up with time before you finish writing the essay, and also you might not have time to go through your essay. And the third time-wasting habit that candidates exhibit in IELTS writing is when candidates write as they review. So it's another time-wasting habit where a candidate writes a paragraph, then they start going through it by reviewing it, deleting some sentences, and changing whatever they had written. It wastes a lot of time. So what I encourage candidates is you plan your work, you write the whole essay, and then you are left with 5 to 10 minutes to go through the essay and make any changes or any corrections that you want, and also look if you've achieved the task that was required. Some common time-wasting habits that IELTS candidates exhibit when it comes to the listening exam is 1, not moving on as the audio plays. So in a scenario where during the exam, you did not hear the answer to question number 1, don't get fixated on that because the audio is still playing. So move on with the audio and follow the instructions. Another mistake we have is transcribing. This is where students try to write down every word so that they hear in the audio. So that is wrong. You are only supposed to focus on the main idea or on the keywords. For instance, if in the question paper there is the first name of someone, then there's a dash, meaning you're listening out for the second name of that person. So you're not supposed to be listening out for everything. You are supposed to be keen on where they mention the name of that person so that you already have the first name, you can get the last name. And the last time-wasting habits that IELTS candidates exhibit when it comes to listening is where they do not leave enough time to correctly review their answers. So you are supposed to be left with time to review your answers and then to also transfer them correctly to the answer sheet. So that's all. When you adhere to all that I've said, step-by-step guide, you will be able to ace the IELTS. Thank you.